Who said to join late?
He did.
What PJs you're giving, Advait? Mama, did you write these 2 points?
Done.
Can we start with 8.9?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody pay attention. The fossil rock. The fossil record. Now, fossils have been found all over the world. Okay. There are many different types of animals and plant fossils. They see fossils. How are fossils created? First thing you have to keep in mind, it is the dead remains of the living organisms. Okay, and this is going to be all over the world. And there are going to be many different types of animals and plants that might have converted into fossils. So they are fossils, their dead remains might be found. They were formed at different times over many million of years. Right from the beginning, we have been getting few fossils of the animals, the plants that lived many years ago, which you might have not seen. Okay, all the fossils in different rocks make up the fossil record. They start making records. Okay, we can learn a lot about organisms that lived on Earth long ago by just looking at the fossil record. We can see when the species first appeared, when the species disappeared, how the species changed over time. The oldest fossils that have been found so far are of simple bacteria, and they lived about 3.5 billion years ago. And see, the moment you get the fossils, you come to know about how many years ago they were there. You come to know the origin of life, how it started, because we don't get anything which is, which is of the later date. Okay, so you understand that the life begins from here. The life history begins from here. Okay, the oldest fossils that were found were of the simple bacteria, and the simple bacteria lived about 3.5 billion years ago. Fossils form in sedimentary rock. New sedimentary rock form on top of the old rocks. So usually the deeper a rock is, the older it is. The deeper the rock is in which a fossil is found, the older is the fossil. How do we come to know that which is the oldest one? The more deep you go, you get the older things there. Are you getting it, beta? Understanding what I'm speaking?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now you can see this diagram. This shows time from 5,000 million years ago. The label lines indicate when different kinds of organisms appeared on Earth. Okay. They say it might have been a bacteria, a simple cell, then a protozoa, then plant animals might have come in, then fishes, jellyfishes might have come in, which might have got converted into fishes, then insects, reptiles, flowering plants, humans, and so on. Okay, so this can be how origin of life, or how we can say life came to Earth. Now see here what they are saying, or what they are trying to show you in this picture. Can anybody explain this picture to me? What are they trying to tell us?
Ma'am, like the evolution of horses, where they came from.
Yes, and how they were, how they changed. Okay, now here you can see that they are talking about 55 million years ago. The species of the oldest horse, okay, in the fossil records. Then 34 million years ago, another species, okay. Then 24 million years ago, then 5 million years ago, then 2 million years ago, and years before present, just few years. Okay, Now, if they ask you what is the Latin name of the oldest species of horse in the fossil record, what will you write? Latin name for the oldest species. Which is the oldest species? The up one or the down one?
Hyracotherium.
Yes, it is going to be the down one, because we have learned that as you go deeper and deeper into the rock, you will find the oldest one. Okay, so Hyracotherium is the oldest one, which was found 55 million years ago. Now, if they ask you which species of horse is older, okay, is it Mesohippus or Mesohippus? Then what will you say?
Mesohippus.
Yes, Mesohippus is the oldest, because we know that Lehippus is 5 million years ago and Mesohippus is 34 million years ago. Do you understand? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you can expect such kind of a question in your examination, where they will ask you to assess fossil record, where they will ask you few questions based on the picture. Okay. Sometimes fossils that are found in older rocks are not found in younger rocks. Fossils that were found in older rocks are then not found in the younger rocks. What does this mean?
Because younger rocks don't really, because the younger rocks are very not old. Older rocks,
No, why you can see some fossils that are found in older ones and not in the younger ones? What is the reason?
Because they died
Yes,
that
they
time.
became extinct. Then that living organism was not found only. Okay, like for example, if we talk about dinosaurs, okay, the older fossil records will show, but the younger rocks, you think they will show the fossils of a dinosaur?
no.
No, ma'am.
Because it has become extinct. Now you might be knowing that there are many animals that are endangered. We put them in the endangered species, or we say they are, now becoming extinct, or they have become extinct. Do you think the younger rocks are going to have their fossils? No.
No.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the reason why. See, this question can be asked as a give reason. Sometimes fossils that are found in older rocks are not found in the younger rocks. Give reason. Because now by this time or by that time, you can say that type of organism might have died out, become extinct. Okay. Like for example, flying reptiles. Okay. What pterosaurs lived between 220 to 65 million years ago. Fossils show that there were many different types of kinds of pterosaurs. Some of them had wingspan of 10 meters. इतना बड़ा बड़ा 10 meters जितना उनका wing का span था. Wingspan मतलब it could, when they would
Wings length.
when they would
They
spread
fly.
their wings, it would go up to 10 meters. Such huge they were. Okay.
Taller than an average man.
Actually,
Already this one already got finished.
yeah, because there was nothing much here. No, it was only talking about the records, and it is telling you the deeper you go, what happens, the older you get. Correct?
Okay.
I'll let you write this. I want you to write simple bacteria lived about 3.5 billion years ago.
Done.
And one point which is important, you have to mention this also.
Done both.
Both of them. Okay. Mohammed, are you writing?
Yes, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. After which I want you to write down the summary.
That I already wrote. So
That's
good
fine.
for me.
That's fantastic.
So I don't need to write anything else now except the next chapter.
Ma'am, this is the
Done.
last, this is the last chapter.
Yes.
Okay.
Did I answer? He's done?
It's not the summary.
Oh, okay. I almost thought you had some kind of hacks on. Super fast hands.
I just copy pasted the summary in my book. I just
Control C,
control
Control
C.
V. Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, beta. Can we go ahead?
Now we'll do 8.10 next class, right?
No. We will do it now. Can we move ahead?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Now write down 8.10 and the topic, the structure and age of the earth. Now our geologists, they have worked out the earth is about 4,500 million years ago. Okay, they have tried to work out. They've also worked out what the earth is like inside. Okay, when you go deep inside, how does it look or what it is made up of? The earth.
Ma'am, if the earth is 4,000. No, nothing. I did a wrong calculation.
He read it only 4,500. He didn't read the million. So that's why
No.
he got confused.
I was
No,
like,
ma'am.
if the earth is 4,500 million, then the bacteria is 3.5 billion.
Just
Means-
3.5. Yes.
Yes.
So how
Right.
did
That
the
means
earth didn't form?
you can, you
It
know,
came from another planet
no,
known as Mars, our
there,
next Earth.
there is an ideology about earth and how the living organisms began to live on earth, and it is only
The air was spinning
yeah,
faster.
and
And
there was actually there was no oxygen earlier, okay, on earth. No water was there. Then slowly all that got evolved, and because of all that got evolved, the living organisms began to live on earth. Okay, and then we can see different changes that happened. We'll do about it, don't worry. We will learn, maybe not in this standard, we will learn it in the higher standards, how life came into existence or the history of life.
Ma'am, if you are
What
teaching
is the
us in
name
the
of the
next
chapter?
chapter, it is good.
Okay. It is in the next class, next standard.
The structure and the age
Next
of Earth.
standard, yeah.
Yeah. Earth is about 4,500 million years old. They have also worked out how the Earth is like inside. The Earth has a crust of solid rock. Crust means the outer layer. Okay. The outer layer.
Pizza crust.
Yeah, the outer layer is the solid rock. Beneath the crust is the mantle. Okay. Mantle is molten. We can say it is in the molten form. That means you can say it is in semi-solid. The upper one is solid. Mantle is semi-solid. Okay. And in the center of the earth is the core. It is made up of metals, nickel and iron. Okay. The outer part of core is molten. The inner part of the core is again solid. Core inside is solid. Outer part of the core is again molten. Mantle is molten. Then the crust is again solid. Do you understand what I speak, Beta?
Yes.
Okay. Now, for example, we talk about this core inside. The deep inside, okay, this part here, it is solid. Then it becomes molten. Then you have molten in the mantle. Okay. Then you have the crust, and the crust then becomes solid. Do you understand how it is? Solid, molten, molten, solid. Okay. Can I go ahead? Any doubt here?
No, ma'am.
Nope.
No, ma'am.
Now, if they ask you in the exam, what is the scientific name for the area that at the center of the earth? What will you say?
Mantle.
Core. Center
Core.
of the earth is
sorry.
core. Okay. What is the scientific name of the area that is beneath the crust?
Mantle.
Mantle. Okay. Or they may ask you in the exam, what is core made up of?
Solid.
Iron and nickel.
Exactly.
Solid rock, iron and
Metals
nickel.
like nickel and iron, or iron and nickel. Okay. Now we're talking about changing ideas. People used to think that Earth was only a few thousand years ago. Okay. They thought that the Earth never changed. In 1912, a German scientist called Alfred Wegener suggested that millions of years ago, all the land was one large continent. Okay. Now, this is what he suggested. He said over a million of years, the land broke up and drifted apart. This idea is called continental drift. I have told you about the tectonic plates. Do you remember? We were talking about them
Yes.
during volcanoes when we spoke. There can be earthquakes, there can be landslides. It's all because of the movement of the tectonic plates. Yes or no? Similarly, because of this, the continentals have also drifted. It was earlierly understood, or they said that million years ago, land was just one large continent. And then slowly and gradually, the land broke and fell apart from each other. And this is how then we have the idea of the continents. Okay. Now,
Because of the tectonic plates, they moved
tectonic.
away.
Yes. Tectonic plates. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
His evidence for this idea was that the shapes of the continents fit together. The type fit together. He said, how is he trying to explain what is he saying is correct? He said if we put all the continents together, they look like they are parts of one whole. Do you understand what I mean to say? Parts of one whole, that means if they're put together, they will make one whole.
One whole.
I'm not talking about HOLE, Advait. I'm talking about WHO.
I know.
Yes, thank you very much. Okay. The way he said one whole. So how do I understand which whole he is talking about? Okay. The types of rocks on
He should have been more specific, or you.
I did it.
Just say a whole continent instead of whole. Because most of the people will think
If
whole.
I say whole continent, you can still think of a whole in the continent.
Don't worry, nobody
You
thinks
can
like
think
that.
of anything.
It's just your brain.
Because you're Advait. Okay.
You had to add because you're Advait at the end.
Yes, I had to, because now you want me to be very specific about things, so I should be specific, right? The types of rocks on different continents match up where they fit together. Okay. Now, when they put the pieces together, which is practically not possible, you can only think of when they try to,
Puzzles.
when they try to do it, they say the type of rocks of different continents also match up when they're put together. So this is how he is giving a proof that earlier maybe all the continents were just one piece. Okay. The fossils on the
Once the dinosaur wala asteroid hit, it broke.
the fossils on the different continents match up where they fit together. Matlab, even the fossils give a proof that the continents match up where they fit together. Wegener could not explain how the continental drift tectonic plates likha hai idhar. Wegener could not explain how the continental drift happened, so not everyone believed his idea because he could not explain how the drift might have happened. Okay, so now we are going to see how the drift happened. In 1960, a new theory of tectonic plates was developed. The theory is that the Earth's surface is made up of large plates. Okay, and these large plates move slowly. Okay, on the molten magma underneath them. These plates move only a few centimeters each year. Just imagine how slow they are moving, and that is the only reason, why we don't realize that there is some movement. Okay, see, we are all sitting in our houses. We are on the Zoom meeting. Do we actually realize the rotation and the revolution that is happening?
No. Then how
Well,
are we
if
going
the
to
Earth
feel
stops,
the 1
yes.
inches?
Just imagine. So how are we going to realize about, such slow tectonic plate movements?
Ma'am,
I don't even know what is tectonic plate.
you didn't learn it in social class.
Yes,
What
we
is
did.
Mohammed saying?
He doesn't know what tectonic plates are. We learned it in social class.
Of course. Tectonic plates, I think you should be learning it right from the 5th standard.
Ma'am, we learned
Yeah,
it
the
in social
basics.
class already. In geography, we learned this, exactly this only.
Yes.
If the Earth stops rotating, we will feel the stop. The people will be
Okay.
in other
Now we
countries.
are learning about the age of the Earth. Scientists can use the proportions of different substances in the rock to work how long ago the rock were formed. The oldest rock that have been found was discovered are 4.28 billion years ago. Okay, and they were found in Canada. They are in Canada. It is difficult to find rocks that are the same age as the Earth because rocks are recycled and they have changed over and over again. You cannot get exactly jitna old Earth hai utna old ka rock humko nahi milega. Why will we not get? Because by time these rocks have changed over and over again. Scientists believe that the Earth was formed at the same time as the rest of the solar system. To help them discover the age of Earth, we have studied the rocks from Moon and from the meteoroids. The meteoroid is a fragment of rock that falls from space and falls on the earth. Have you heard about meteors?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Meteors are nothing but they are fragment of rocks and they fall from the space, they fall on the earth. Scientists have found meteorites that are 4.5 billion years ago. Okay. And they think that the age of the earth is the same as of the meteorites. Is
So
it
is
very
the
clear?
meteor formed as Earth?
Pardon?
Means when the meteor was falling, it formed Earth.
The meteors that are,
They are as old as Earth, right?
yes,
So did one of the meteor became Earth?
one of the meteors
Became Earth?
became Earth.
No, right?
See, again,
Asteroid makes more sense.
I'll tell you what might have become Earth is, or what theory the geologists have is the sun. Okay, was a fireball. Okay, fireball means a very hot ball with hot gases on it. Okay, it started spinning. It started spinning very fast. So fragments, parts of that fireball, got separated from it, and they started moving around that particular fireball at some distances. They started revolving and moving around the fireball. Now as they came far away from that fireball, they cooled down. Okay, and then we can say that these pieces became the other planets. Are you understanding? And Earth is one of the planets like that.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now this summary you have to write.
Done.
I know you were writing when I was explaining.
Done, ma'am.
What are you writing?
I write it beforehand.
And my 1 point is just removed.
Okay,
I'm
please
done.
write.
Tabish is smart like me. What are they writing?
Ma'am, I
Yes.
didn't even start and everyone like, done ma'am, done ma'am, done ma'am. I'm like,
Done.
Because they are writing when I'm teaching.
see ma'am, I'm a
Mohammed is the odd one out. Mohammed is the imposter. Vote him out.
first. I write later, not like you.
No,
In the
you should
middle of
write
the
after
class.
I have explained. Don't write when I'm explaining, because then you are only in the the race of finishing it early. You're not listening. You don't have doubts. Your mind is not here. You're only on writing part of it.
Only me,
And
only
I
I
give you
was.
time to write. This is not like I am not going to give you time to write. Then you can hurry up and write earlier. When I give you enough time, I don't think you need to rush. But it's okay. You can write it down now.
Well, at least I study before the exams.
Thank you very much. Are you doing any?
No one can come unprepared for their exams.
Nobody
Or
should.
else you can fail.
Nobody should. And it is not only, you should not only study before your exam. You should do your study consistently. That means
Yes.
every day you should learn one part of your syllabus. It can be any subject. Then you can say your study part is done. When you do it
Ma'am,
only,
is my dog from which subject is my dog? English, science, chemistry,
You
biology.
study your dog?
Confusion. No. Completely confused what I said.
lame
From which
jokes.
subject in science does
Lame
my
jokes.
dog come from?
I don't answer illogical questions.
Ma'am, biology.
Dog history?
Dog
he-
history.
he wants to
Wow.
do- he wants to do
How?
all this when I give time to write. And that is the reason why he writes when I explain. So that then he can do all these jokes
So I can make 6 million jokes.
when others
Yes.
are writing
Ma'am got my secret.
and disturb them.
Ma'am, who others? Only I am writing. Everybody wrote. Before you even said summary, done. Done.
At least Ayan is not fooling around now.
We are all fast and frustrated.
Ayan is just thinking about exams. That's why he's not making jokes.
No, I'm not.
Are you all done, beta?
Yes, you are.
Yes, ma'am.
I can
Ma'am, are
mind
we
read.
gonna do 8.11 also in this class?
Pardon?
Are we gonna
Are
do
we doing
8.11?
8.11?
No,
this
we are not
class?
doing 8.11 today. We'll do it in the next class.
Okay.
Have you understood today's class?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody has written it down well.
Yes, ma'am.
Last point.
8.11, I will do it in the next class. Till then, bye-bye.
Dog
Enjoy.
is going
Bye,
for
ma'am.
breeding, ma'am.
Pardon?
My
I
dog is
said
going
last
for
point.
breeding.